We're jumping straight in with new scans of Kingohger, and before we look at it, in case you're just wanting to look and be like, oh my god, where is it? Let's have a look at this one first, and then we're going to jump into it. So this is from Don Brothers, and this, I'm guessing, is going to be the kind of the ending of the series. Like, you know, this is the kind of final shots that we're going to get much later on. You know, bestials and stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of interesting. Or it could just be in the next couple of episodes. But let's jump in to look at Kingohger. Now, I've only briefly seen a few of these, and I want to go over everything. And let's just see if we can get this. Look at this here. This to me is really, really cool. I'm kind of liking the mecha. I'm probably going to pick this up much later on right now because this just looks absolutely fantastic. Just looking at it all here. Oh man, I'm kind of excited. Now, obviously the original pictures that we saw a while ago weren't like, they were a little bit different from like the helmet wise, but I really like it. Although blue, not kind of liking because it doesn't look like there's any like definitive area. Like we can see black lines around here, but I would like it over the helmets, and maybe we will see stuff. But so far it looks kind of a bit meh to me on this one. Now here is the sword that I did talk about, but apparently I may have missed something, but I'm really liking the detail. If we kind of zoom in a little bit more, like just look here at this massive amount of detail just on the blade alone. We've got the kind of the suits that we see in person, and it's kind of weird that we don't have a pink ranger on the team. It's just literally blue, yellow, red, purple, and then obviously which I think looks like Cell from Dragon Ball Z, but the black ranger here. But I can't even move it. But if we look around about the helmet wise, it's completely different to what we get, and we can see that there's definitely a beetle. We've got butterfly in, etc, etc. But I like the fact that apparently you got all the I think all of them combined onto here, which again looks kind of really nice. And I love the way that Red Ranger is holding his sword. Now we get kind of a closer look to the actual suit, and rather than having a cape on the back, it looks like it's on his arm, which again, to me, I would rather have it on the back because it just suits it a bit more. So it's kind of looking a bit off, but I kind of really like it at the same time. But the suit looks nice. I like the way he's holding his sword. It kind of feels like the toy rather than a kind of prop, so I wonder what it is. And then we have a shield. So again, it just looks like the toy and not a prop one. Maybe it is the toy. Maybe this is the, hey, come and buy your stuff from us. So we get kind of a closer look at yellow. Again, I think these capes should have been on the back, but hey, who knows. But again, the shield looks all right. I think, let's just zoom in a bit more. Just a bit more. But I generally kind of really like blue. No, I don't like it. Sorry, I'm going into that whole thing. I'm like, I kind of really like it. No, I generally am not liking the fact that just the helmet, there's no definitive kind of like changes on the helmet whatsoever. Again, looks okay, but nothing more. Now, I think black looks okay. Again, I think purple is going to be my favorite so far. But again, it just reminds me of Cell. But obviously, this is the B Ranger. And yeah, it looks okay. Maybe he'll have a different sword fighting status. Purple looks like you have kind of a crossbow element, which is kind of really nice. I'm not liking the helmet of black. I think that if you're going to have a B, maybe have that on the yellow ranger a bit more. That I think would have been a bit better. Now, Zords wise, looks like we're having kind of a mixture again that we've had with Don Brothers as well as then Kaija to some degree, where it looks like the Red Ranger, the Beetle at the moment, looks like this. Is it going to be changed when we look at the pictures? Again, I've not looked at all of them. So we have a Dragonfly, Mantis, Bee, and Butterfly, and obviously a Beetle. I kind of like the Beetle. It looks a bit off at the moment, but a little bit closer look here. As you can see, it looks okay. Like, I'm guessing this is going to be an okay one, but again, I'm not kind of really liking it. Dragonfly looks okay. It looks a bit boring as shit, but okay. The Mantis looks alright. And again, the kind of Butterfly is okay. And then the Bee looks probably more of the interesting one. So it looks really awesome when you combine them into the Megazord. I do really like that. But I think I kind of really want to skip out on this because I don't know if it's going to be posable. Very similar to the Don Odetaijin. I don't know if I'm going to like this. I feel like this is a Megazord that I'm going to have to see in person when it comes to toys. Am I going to enjoy this? I don't know. Again, kind of a closer look. And I'm guessing these are going to be extra parts that kind of go on with different stuff. So I don't know which one these are, but obviously you've got the spider, dragonfly, all kind of... It looks nice. I just don't know if this is for me at the moment. So we get kind of close up to, I'm guessing, Ladybird as well. Ladybird. It's a ladybird. It's a ladybug. Ladybug is the one I'm looking for. And the spider. And again, you've got the kind of... Again, it looks like there, so it kind of attaches. And oh no, I was like, is that it? No, we're very much it. So we've got, I'm guessing, the bestial for Don Brothers, which is probably the end. And then obviously we've got the new character, which I haven't reviewed yet, but obviously they've come in. And here we have Oni's sister with Don Momotaro's power up, and then we see the bestials. And then much later on in the game, don't know why, I think we could have had this much earlier on, which is Matsume on a bike. Matsume on a bike. Okay, so these are the Rangers looking a bit more closer up from the scans. Looks okay. I don't know. I'm not... Maybe yellow and purple are going to be my favorite ones, but I kind of feel like that's it. I feel like the suits aren't going to be great, and I kind of really want to see them in person. It was very similar to this with Don Brothers, but I think maybe having a closer look would be better. And then we get the Megazord from the major power-up one at the very end. Again, looks really kind of cool, but is this all going to be normal, or are we going to have CGI? And again, I like this up here with the pictures. Reminds me very of MMPR movie. Again, I don't know why you've got kind of a red, like an orange mode. It just looks really weird. But again, red, again, we can see he's got the beetle. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know. There should be some definition on the helmets at least, because it just feels like when you look at it, it's all one color. So if I zoom all the way in, you can see there's no, like, if there were black lines here, around here, it just looks all blended in. I don't know if I'm going to kind of like it. It feels like it's all one color and there's nothing to kind of define where one color stops and where one begins. Again, we've got the kind of, like, you can see here, like, there's some stuff all around which I think looks pretty decent. And again, there's just nothing to define. So even if we look, there's nothing to define where the colors kind of stop and start. Maybe on yellow you can see here. Blue, obviously a little bit lighter on his armament. But I don't know if I'm sold on this, to be fair. Like, I really don't think I'm sold. And I think this is going to be a Sentai that I'm going to watch, but I don't know if I'm going to love it. Again, we've got the Dragonfly. Looks okay, but again, no defining colors. Mantis. Again, you can see there's the black line, which is really nice. I think it looks pretty decent. And again, we've got more kind of colors around if you want to see it. But again, like, I don't know, these look... Now looking at this again a bit more properly up close, it does look a tad bit boring. Butterfly looks really okay. And then the bee again. But when we look at the sword, and again, some scans may not be great. I am going to be looking at this properly when I want to look at it. I just feel right now that there's nothing in here to kind of make me go, like when we looked at the promotional shot with the poster, that looked absolutely awesome. But the magazine scans, I'm not a big fan of. We've got a blade, a shield, a blaster. I like the fact that this can turn into multiple things, and it does kind of remind me that we will see this much later on. And we've seen it previously. Maybe it kind of reminds me a bit of Guy from Gokaiger, the Silver Ranger. Obviously, his weapon could turn into 3 things. So it does kind of make me think this looks pretty okay. But I don't know. I'm very up in the wall, and it's nice to see here another shot. It's just upside down, but we can see that there is multiple modes. I do like the blaster mode. This does remind me of Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger. And this, see, like when you look here, there's just no. I'm not going to go on about it even more. But seeing the Megazord up front, I do. To be fair, I do like the ladybug thing. I think that looks pretty awesome. To be fair, I'm wondering if it's going to be the same motif as the Rangers turn in. No, it was the fact that you could have them as cell phone things, and that was the main difference. I I just think it looks alright, but I think it needs a lot more the suits need a lot more work. And again, look at that. That Megazord does look nice. I think if I'm going to like anything from this, the Megazord is going to be the one thing that I want the most. It does look really nice, to be fair. We can see there's more power-ups. Again, the sword looks fine. So maybe you combine all of them to use the power to make them transform into it. That, I think, is a cool, unique thing that we've not seen. And again, maybe when they use the sword, they can like rotate from when they get power-ups. Obviously, you've got insects and bugs, and you've got tons of stuff that can be used as well. So I do like this. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. So when you look at these suits here, again, like each image looks so weird. Now, when you look here, that looks pretty okay. But again, I just don't like the helmets. I think that's the one thing right now. Until I see them on the show, I'm not liking it. And again, nice Megazord. I do like the Megazord. And there we go. We've come full circle. I want to know if there's anything here. This is what we kind of think, apart from Oni's sister. And then you can see the crest in the ranges, like shield looks okay. And this is the final helmet. Now, when you see this, it looks okay, but they should have some defining things around. That's the only thing. Like here, they just look plain and boring, like it's all blended in. I'm not really kind of liking it. But yeah, I think that's it. There's not really much to kind of do. What are your thoughts? Do you think this looks good or bad? Let me know down below in these comments, and I'll see you later.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。